Hope Farm is an after-school and summer mentoring program for boys growing up without a father at home. Hope Farm's mission is to guide at-risk boys to become Christ-centered men of integrity. Over 30 years ago, Gary Randall and Noble Crawford, two retired law enforcement officers, began Hope Farm in a small abandoned house off Morningside Drive. The young men who are part of this first group of Hope Farm are now husbands, fathers, college graduates, and leaders in their community.
Every day after school, we are picked up and brought to Hope Farm for an afternoon that begins with a snack and ends with a delicious dinner. At Hope Farm, we get to do our homework, help with our reading, and we get to study the Bible. We also have our own podcast, and we get to be in a choir that performs in the community. Another big part of Hope Farm is the support our moms get. Our Moms Resource Program assists single moms with spiritual and inspiration encouragement.
The Hope Farm ministry began during heartfelt conversations between our two co-founders, Gary Randall and Noble Crawford, who saw a crisis in our communities and decided to do something about it. Fatherless children account for 71% of all high school dropouts, 90% of all runaways, and 85% of all children who show behavior disorders. Fatherless children are 5 times more likely to experience poverty. Today, Hope Farm serves young men and their single moms on 3 different campuses in areas that has the highest crime and poverty rates in the state of Texas. Our Morningside campus is located in the 76104 zip code, which 84% of those households are led by single parents. The crime rate surrounding our Como campus is 70% higher than the national average. The neighborhoods that envelop our Dallas campus produce more inmates in the state of Texas than any other area in the last decade. Hope Farm chooses to be in the middle of these crisis areas, to lead, to nurture, and love these children who call these neighborhoods home. Young men today need strong male mentors who will shape them in a way that gives them the opportunity to develop our leaders of tomorrow. We get to do this very thing at Hope Farm. We get to see incredible results. Sometimes we see it daily after a child's behavior starts to improve at school. Sometimes we get to see it 20 years later when a child graduates from high school or college or lands that great job. The Hope Farm logo shows a picture of a farmer spreading seeds. When Jesus told the parable of the mustard seed in the book of Mark, he said, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like? Or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade." At Hope Farm, we get to plant seeds that build our families up. It is always a beautiful process to watch our boys turn into men.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. We are Hope Farm!